Are you ready? No, you can't watch your face. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome if you're new. My name is Lil and today we have another one of my best friends.
Hi, my name is Chimonya. You can call me Grimm.
Yes.
Sometimes if you want to, you can call me Jameson.
I mean, yeah, that's his government name. It's on the NRC. So today we are going to be exposing ourselves. I don't know. People are not going to be happy with us, I feel.
Definitely not.
Yeah, we're going to be ranking our the Star Wars movies, like our personal ranked lists, our personal opinions. They may be bad. They may be good.
I feel like they are mostly bad because we're not big Star Wars fans. So,
Listen, I'm a
but
big
they are
Star Wars
out. I mean,
fan.
are you?
I am. Look, I'm wearing a t-shirt. No, seriously, I'm a fan. But the thing is, for me, I accept it for what it is.
Bad.
It's a telenovela in space, and I watch it like that, and I enjoy it that way. I don't take it too seriously. I think the people that take it too seriously are like overcritical.
It's not that I'm overcritical. It's just that, you know, people give it like, people are told, oh, Star Wars this and this and this, and then I watch the Star Wars movie and I'm like, but this is me, you know. They overpraise it for it's. I feel like
when I saw like from like episode 4 to 6, I was a child, so for me
same.
it was so, yeah, you don't remember
Same.
how excited you were.
I remember when those episodes came out. I didn't know anything about Star Wars, but my brother, he was, you know, he was older, so he knew. I was like, these are the movies, you know. They started making episode 4, 5, 6,
Yeah.
and then now they're starting to make episode 1, 2,
and 3.
and then when I started watching them, I didn't have a bad time, especially the first time I watched them. They were
Yeah.
very good, but that was outside anyone else's opinion. That was just me. I'm like, okay, these are good movies. And then I grew up, and then, you know, I started meeting people and they started giving opinion. I'm like, but I saw these movies, they are not as good as you saying they are.
As hype.
Yeah.
I feel the hype is warranted, but I do understand where he's coming from, because some of them, as you will see when we start our list, we have opinions. Yeah, so we're just warning you now that there will be spoilers in this episode, so if you haven't watched these movies, please be very careful.
It's okay, you know, just know the story, don't watch them, you're fine.
Yeah, it's not that deep. So yeah, let's get into it. So the first movie, we're going in like the timeline, order of the timeline, not in the order that the movies were released. So the first movie on the list is The Phantom Menace, Episode 1. So what did you rank it? It's out of 11 movies, so yeah.
The Phantom Menace, number 5.
Give it 5?
Yeah, it's good.
For me, I give it 7.
Okay, I mean, that's not too far.
It's not too far, it's just like 2 spots different. For me, I could not stand. And I feel really bad for saying this. I couldn't stand Jar Jar Binks. He was just such a grating character. And I feel bad because the actor actually tried to commit suicide, I think.
After...
Yeah, like the backlash. It was so bad, and I feel so bad. Like, I can't like say, oh my god, he wasn't that bad. His character was irritating for me.
I mean, everyone didn't enjoy Jar Jar Binks, but
Some people think he was charming.
he was okay. Personally, I didn't mind him. He got irritating, but I just thought that was what his character was supposed to do.
I guess.
I didn't mind him. I liked the fact that it introduced Anakin. You know, you're always wondering who this boy is, who became Darth Vader, and then you're looking at him as a child, and you're like, he's adorable.
He was so cute, and so charming.
What wrong can he possibly do? And the whole story there was very fascinating to me. Also, the pod racing was, I think, Steven made it.
It was very exciting. When he won his freedom. Yeah. Also, another thing I didn't like, I feel like I'm gonna sound like I'm complaining throughout this whole video. I didn't like the fact that Anakin was the one that, you know, shut down the bots. You know, when they were having that war thing. That part where he accidentally turns on the fighter jet and he destroys something inside the the enemy stronghold that shuts down the robots that were fighting the rebels.
Is that the scene with Jar Jar Binks and his people?
Yeah. Where they were fighting with Jar Jar Binks.
And then there were the droids or whatever they were
they
called.
just shut down.
Yeah, they were connected to some sort of mother
Yes,
thing.
like mother thing.
Yeah.
Like Anakin destroyed that by accident.
Yes, and then
Yeah, it was just kind of like, I wish they could have done something more interesting. The whole anyway, Mandy, let's not forget. He's the chosen one. The chosen one, I get it, but it was just childish. I get it. Star Wars movies, I think they're good for 6 to 12 years old. I think that's the demographic. But for some reason, as adults do, we always try and jump in on people's demographics and give our opinions.
It's too simple.
Yeah, it's too simple.
Yeah.
It could have been more interesting to me, but I guess they had already used their brains on the other movies that came out.
Now that you mention it, I mean, I'll mention it again as we go on. But Star Wars has they have a list, they have a checklist.
Yeah.
In every movie, we must do this, we must do this, we must do this. I'll keep mentioning them as I remember.
It definitely has. It must
Yes.
follow a certain formula.
Mm-hmm.
Don't get me wrong. I did enjoy that movie. When it came out, I was so excited for it because it was wow, the graphics were significantly better. It just felt so epic.
And Darth Maul was menacing,
Darth
and he
Maul
was cool
was
as
so
fuck.
cool.
Yeah.
I literally wanted to be him.
Yeah, he was.
I wanted to be him so bad with his lightsaber, man.
Duel.
What? That was
was
so cool. Yeah. So what did Rotten Tomatoes give you?
59.
I think that's appropriate. I think I agree a lot. Do you agree?
Maybe 65 would be better, but it's fine.
I think it's fine.
It's fine.
So the next movie is Episode 2, Attack of the Clones. Where did you place it on the list out of 11 movies?
9.
I put it at 9 too.
9.
That is so interesting. Yeah, it was a 9.
Yeah.
It was just
It was
boring.
It was boring, guys.
It was boring and
Just council meetings.
yeah, council meetings. It was just. I get it. Oh my god, the feds were introduced. But it still wasn't as interesting for me. It had little gems, little jewels.
Yeah, it had my moments. I think that's the time Mace Windu came in as well.
Yeah, it did have his moments.
And yeah, he was cool with his
Purple
saber.
lightsaber.
Yeah.
Hey, Samuel Jackson. He was just I want a purple one.
Yeah.
They're we don't make those, and he's do you want me in your
Yeah.
movie?
Do it.
Another thing that was made me squirm a little bit was the whole relationship.
Because that's when it actually started.
Yeah, that's when it blossomed. It was so before in one you can argue that she just thought he was adorable. I mean, she was big. How old was she? 13?
Yeah, and he was
1.
8 or something.
He was 1 year old. That's the difference. It just made me feel uncomfortable.
Yeah.
I get it. It was fine. They were both consenting adults, whatever. But
Were they? Wasn't he
don't tell me he was 16 years
He
old.
was 16. Wasn't he 16 or 17? I don't know.
Let's Google how old was Anakin in Episode 2. Don't tell me that she's a pedophile.
She legit is a pedophile.
That's why she died.
No,
Okay. You see, they were both consenting adults. But yeah, it's just weird knowing that she met him when he was a chubby cheek baby. And then now she's rolling with him in the grass. It was just so...
Is that the one where he's I don't like sand. It gets everywhere. It gets in your shoes. I'm
what's wrong with him? He just became so weird. I feel he was so happy and jovial growing up. And then, I don't know, in between him training with Obi-Wan, he must have lost 3/4 of his personality.
Yeah.
Who
was even the main antagonist in that movie?
That man.
Count Dooku.
Yes, Count Dooku. Because he was a sleeper.
Yeah. Another checklist.
Yeah, there's always, it's Mission Impossible.
Yes.
There's
There must
always
be a
a
betrayal.
sleeper
Yeah.
agent from the Sith, it's just always, and it's so obvious who it is.
Yeah.
Because I think at the time you know, they didn't really suspect Palpatine or anything at the
No,
time,
they didn't.
even though he looked so creepy. I know it's wrong, we shouldn't judge people by the way they look, but I feel like Star Wars really did it on purpose to make the bad guys look creepy.
Yeah, and I think it's because we always knew who he was. Did we? I think we always knew that he was going to be
we
the
always
Emperor.
knew. We always knew. Do you know the problem is when you watch these movies 100 times, everything merges into one. Because now you know you have backstory, so it's hard to remember when you were introduced to what. And obviously, we didn't do research. Like this is off the top of our heads. Like I'm sorry, we're not professionals.
We planned to watch them, but we failed.
We failed. We can be watching episode 2 again. No ways. No ways. Like this is just of what was in our spirits, how we felt when we watched them, just remembering. So you don't watch us for fact checking. You watch us for bands. if you watch it 600 times, enough to know all the names of the planets and all the sub characters and species, let us know in the comments. In this movie, when his mother died in his arms, when he slaughtered those guys that
I feel
literally
like it was right. Yeah,
it was appropriate.
That's how you would behave when someone kills your parent.
Yeah, I just didn't like it. Like, you know, this holier than thou nonsense in these movies. I get it. It's supposed to be like chaotic good. Yeah, I think that's what Star Wars rewards, chaotic good. Like people self-sacrifice, you know, taking the high ground. Like it really just, and that's not how life works.
No, it's not.
And what did Rotten Tomatoes give it? I'm sure it gave it something amazing because Rotten Tomatoes like.
No, they gave it. If I'm not mistaken, they gave it a 56.
The third movie is Revenge of the Sith. What number slot did you give it?
Number 1.
Really?
Number 1.
I gave it number 2.
Really?
Yeah. I really, really, really liked it. You know, it's just
me.
everything just fell into place.
Exactly.
It just
Exactly. It just all came together
Yeah.
and made sense.
in a neat
Yeah.
bow, like everything.
By
You know,
the
yeah.
time the movie was finishing,
You're like
that's
clapping,
why. Yes,
and you're
this
like,
is why
oh,
these things are
yeah,
happening.
this is where we don't see their mom. This is why we
Mhm.
don't know where she is. This is why they don't even talk about her. Like,
Explain.
explained so much.
The prequels and their fight scenes, they were very good.
Very
All of
good.
them.
Yeah.
The original, I mean, especially the first one where Obi-Wan was fighting Darth Vader, was just swing, and it was boring. But the prequels, they had all these, you know,
Gymnastics.
yeah, the jumping things, and then the lightsabers were also like doing spinny shit
It was so fun.
and all
Like,
of that. Yeah.
it really just felt so exciting. I also feel like they kind of pushed Anakin to the dark side. In as much as they were like, Yoda was like, he has a predisposition to the dark side, whatever. I feel like the Jedi pushed him over the edge, you know?
They did. I feel like they didn't prepare him
They didn't prepare him well.
for this life.
Yeah.
He didn't know what to expect.
He didn't know what he was giving up.
Yes.
And also, you know, Palpatine said, hey, recommended him to be appointed into the council.
Mm-hmm.
And then they shut him down and said, no, you can't be. In fact, go and spy on this nigga who is giving you this, who wants you to get
They
this
were
job.
just like always
They were always
picking
just...
moves. They're not explaining their I feel like this is why I don't hate Anakin. I don't blame him for becoming who
for snapping.
he became.
He was kind of a brat, but so are most of the Skywalkers, to be fairly honest.
He was pushed.
He was pushed. Like, there's no way, if the person who is supposed to be bad is the one who is, you know, believing in you, giving you, like, you know, wanting you to rise up in the ranks, trusting you with more responsibility, and the good guys are there shooting you down every step of the way, saying, no, you're not ready for this, no, you can't do this, no, blah 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 blah, and then just treating you like a maid. It's just like,
yeah. And if I remember correctly, he didn't actually betray the Jedi until
he actually even confirmed that Palpatine is
yes, and then he brought the Jedi to Palpatine, and then I think he just realized that Palpatine can help me save.
Yeah, he said, because, you know, he wanted to end death.
Yeah.
I don't know why he thought that was... I don't know why he found this idealistic... Okay, yeah, after his mother died in 2, he told Amidala, he told her that, you know, I want to stop death or whatever, because death is bad, and that was his first real loss, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, you know, as watching it, and you're just like, you can't stop death. It's literally a natural... You know, maybe if you want to say you want to stop murder, debatable.
There was that scene where Windu almost killed Palpatine, and I felt it because at that moment he was like, "What do I do? Do I help kill this man who's supposed to help save my?"
Yeah.
So and he was very confused.
And then he distracted him. What did he do? He distracted him, and that's when Palpatine threw him off with the lightning. How come Palpatine had lightning?
I don't know. Like Sith Lord, I don't know. You just master the power.
Yeah, you just go to the maximum. Yeah. And this is why I feel like I kind of gravitated towards the dark side, because I felt their characters were more interesting, less snobby. I felt the Jedi were very snobby. Yeah, very elitist. You know?
The dark side, I think it was willing to do anything for its cause. It didn't say, "Oh no, we can't do this because of this." It's like, if we have to kill, we'll kill.
Yeah. When Obi-Wan dismembered him, that's dismembering. He removed his arms and legs.
Yeah.
Yeah, when he dismembered him by the lava, I felt like.
But at that point, he already had one arm.
Yeah, he already had one arm. You see a trope.
Yes, another one.
Another trope. You know. When I felt like they really wanted us to see how vulnerable and pathetic and weak Anakin became, how he lost his mind. You know, like things were just not going great for him. Like, I mean, at this point, his relationship with Obi-Wan had deteriorated. You know, I don't even understand why Obi-Wan went to Amidala to start creating problems in their marriage. You know?
Obi-Wan also helped, cause that boy his problems.
But what was his problem? Like, first of all, why did he snap when he saw... Oh my god, if we're all over the place, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm literally just recording a discussion with my friend.
I'm trying to remember as
we go along. He flipped out when he saw Obi-Wan in Amidala's ship, and that's when he choked her. And first of all, why are you choking her? Like, it was just so stupid, because the whole reason you're doing this is for Amidala.
Yes, and then you go and choke her.
You know she's pregnant. Like, what is your problem? Like, it was just but also I blame it also on the writers.
What?
Because it was so stupid. Like, we love this movie, as you see.
No, but anger. Sometimes when you're angry, you just react instead of thinking.
No, it didn't feel organic enough for me. Like, and even Obi-Wan is there standing the whole way, waiting for drama, and it was so dumb. Like, after Darth Vader. Well, at this point now, he becomes Darth Vader. When Palpatine is like, "Hey, you killed your wife," and then Darth Vader is like, "No," but it's like, nigga, you should have asked him, "Didn't I come to join you because you could save her wife? Save my wife."
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, he should have been
why
like,
am I here?
Why am I here if you did not save her when I killed her?
But you see, he was feeling anger for different reasons then.
Yeah.
I feel like he was angry at Obi-Wan for doing whatever he did.
Also being disfigured.
Yes, it's just, I feel like he was angry for different reasons.
He was just so mad at everything
and he had nothing to lose, and he's just I've lost the thing that I love the most. So.
He didn't even ask about his kids. But then again, he knew he had kids, as we'll see in the next thing. But like, how come he never reached out to them earlier? When they were babies, why did he steal them?
That is true. For drama.
George Lucas.
It's your telenovela. Just
you see?
Drama.
Drama all the time. I know you don't want to accept it, but let's be real. It's a telenovela. Like, there's so much drama, the love, the ridiculous plot lines, the endless suffering and pain. If it walks like a duck, quacks like a duck, it's a duck. Also, it was so sad. Why did they make him kill the babies? Would he have really done such a thing? Like, knowing he was going to be a dad to kill the babies, that made me sad. And Yoda was so hurt. Like, I felt it. Like, even the younglings.
It was just intense. That time my boy was just looking at him, and it's just like... Yeah, that was sad.
No, episode 3 was so good.
Yeah, I loved it.
It was so good. In as much as there were some things that I was like, why is this the case? What did Rotten Tomatoes give it?
66.
So the next movie in the timeline is Solo. Where is it falling on your list?
10.
I gave it 11. It's my least favorite. I just felt it was so underwhelming. Like,
I have a theory.
yeah.
Why? I feel like if Solo was released at a time before episode 7, it would have been good.
Yeah, I think because we were waiting for 8.
Also just I feel like we were every year we were getting like a Star Wars movie and
it was not the one that we wanted.
yeah, and I mean personally I just feel like I got overwhelmed with I got tired of Star Wars. Every day I'm looking
Star Wars overload.
at pew the same shit every
And it's pew.
yeah.
It was just bad. That's the answer. That's the correct answer. I don't know. I just felt
But
very underwhelmed.
It was bad, but I don't think it would have been that bad
If it had come out before they
earlier.
had
Even
started
when
the whole-
even if it came out the same time Rogue One came out.
Yeah, it should
maybe.
have come out immediately after Rogue One,
Yes.
I feel.
Yes, maybe.
Yeah, I think we would have received it a bit better. But at the time we were highly anticipating episode 8.
8.
And
yes.
I was just like, why are you giving us the movie that we didn't even ask for? I didn't ask for it. I know a lot of people are excited
That's a
because
legit
Han
point
Solo
also,
is
yeah.
Han Solo is like we love him so much, his character. But like, I don't know. I also didn't like the actor. I had seen him in another movie called I think Beautiful Creatures about witches.
Oh, I remember.
And I think he was so bad in that. And also I was not convinced about his acting chops. You know.
Also, we just didn't need it. Why did we need
Yeah.
to see Han Solo before we saw him the first time?
The
Like,
only good thing that I really took away from that movie was Donald Glover's performance as Lando. He really smashed it. Like, and it's really sad that. What did you say?
He was okay.
I think he smashed it.
He was okay. What have I said? He was okay.
I think our friendship. I don't know. Yeah, it was just sad to have his performance wasted on Solo. To be honest. I don't know. I don't know why Harrison Ford really liked that boy, you know, because I was seeing like news articles where he was like really like, yeah, you kind of look like me. I get it, but like,
We didn't need that movie.
yeah, we didn't. So
Like, it's very forgettable.
it's very forgettable. Like, we don't even need to go into. It's just a heist movie,
Yeah.
you know, betrayal. And I felt like the whole Darth Maul being revealed as the Voss's boss was kind of, it just felt afterthoughty for me. It just didn't feel, I feel like I wish they could have done more to incorporate.
Yeah, I'm starting to feel anger again for Star Wars. Because I think I remembered Darth Maul, he was killed.
Yeah,
Was he not killed?
yeah.
How did he come back?
Okay, but remember Palpatine did say he knows how, the dark side knows how to like
When it is in episode
death.
9.
in episode 2, and I can help you stop death. Remember? So obviously the Sith Lords probably know how to fake their own deaths. Clearly. It's an ass pull, but I mean at this point Star Wars we expect it. But we love Han. Just not the movie Solo, it was bad. Sorry to say if you liked it. What did Rotten Tomatoes give you?
64.
What?
I mean, so Rotten Tomato themselves gave it 69. The public gave it 64.
I don't know. Maybe I just have bad taste. So now, Rogue One. What number is it?
4.
I gave it number 1. I love Rogue One. It just felt so clean. So clean. So well acted. I don't know. There was just something about it. It gave us closure on that aspect of how they managed to destroy the Death Star. Because it was so stupid. Yeah, like, because no one understood. Like, it was a hot topic for debate for many, many years. Like, how can they pass through a pipe? What did they do? Garbage disposal. I can't remember how they entered. But it just felt so stupid. Like, how could they have such a huge security breach? But they managed to say, oh no, the engineer said, yeah, I left a vulnerability. You know, that won't be noticed.
Is he the guy who got choked? No, that's not
No,
it.
he was shot. I think that girl's dad. The starring in Rogue One, her dad. You know?
I didn't like her face. I'm sorry. I didn't like her face. Maybe
Okay, she looked bored.
Yes, like she's always like, you know.
Yeah, like this.
Yeah, like
She's always
Like she's doing things, but her face is looking like it's not interested in doing the things.
Yeah. But I think that's just how she was born.
I guess we all have like faces.
Yes, we all have faces. But like, I really liked it. Thought the cast was great. They executed it well. So much self-righteous suicide. Like
they all died.
They all perished, and I felt so.
And maybe this
bad.
is why I didn't like, because I don't think like a whole bunch of people can say, you know what?
Let's just
we're dying for this.
They're the rebels. It's for the greater good. Also, it was so nice seeing Darth Vader in his element, like the way they brought him in, you know, just all hope was lost, seeing how the message was recorded for Obi-Wan. It was just so nice. Like, I just felt like it was wrapped up in a really nice, neat bow, sent me on my way. I felt so at peace in my spirit. I loved Rogue One.
James Earl Jones doesn't get tired of people like calling him, can you do this? Like, I played this character 20, 30 years ago. Why are you calling me back for this?
I mean, the check is the check.
He's
Maybe he has
an old man.
Disney. I feel like you don't say no to Disney. You know? And I mean, he can do it in bed. You know what I'm saying?
I guess.
Like, yeah, when you realize that they're on the planet that they shot down, and it was just so sad. I loved it so much. I loved almost all the characters, like in that team.
I don't know if you consider him part of that team. Forrest Whitaker's character.
I was happy when he died on that planet.
Yeah.
I don't know, there's just sometimes Forrest Whitaker just goes overboard.
Yeah, with his, I think he tries too hard.
Like, he's just like,
yes. Just relax.
just calm down.
Yeah.
Like, please, Forrest. It's a Disney movie.
Yeah.
You know?
I feel like I felt the same in Black Panther.
His accent.
Yeah. Strength of the Black Panther.
Is stripped away.
Stripped away.
What did Rotten Man mean? So he gave it like 25. Because the internet hates me. Ask him! How much?
Oh, 84.
84 by the professionals and 86 by the audience. It was fantastic. Chef's kisses. Immaculate. Finally, some fucking delicious food.
Relax.
So the next movie in the timeline is episode 4, A New Hope. You know, even in Rogue One, she even said, this is hope for the shiny. And I was just like,
cheese. It was just all cheese.
it's a telenovela. Like, come on, allow us to enjoy the corniness. So for me, I gave A New Hope the 3rd slot on my list.
So did that.
There was just something so fun about it.
Yeah, it was.
You know, it was an adventure. Even though it was like, the whole point of Star Wars is like the whole fate thing. Like, it was just so, you know, it was just everything falling into place. Everyone finding each other that needed to be found. You know, Obi-Wan being a stalker for God knows how many years.
But wasn't he just minding his own business?
No, you remember in like episode 3, they show Obi-Wan like he gives them to the couple, and then he like retreats into the darkness in a car.
So he's just always like
he's just literally always been looking at him. Instead of this is a gripe I had with this thing. Instead of saying, okay, I'm bringing you this kid to raise, but I need to train him.
Yeah, yeah.
How old was Luke in A New Hope?
He was
16,
no,
20.
He was. Should we Google it?
Yeah, let's go there.
19.
So Anakin was too old to be trained at 8 years old. Remember, there was drama for that.
There was?
Yeah, there was. Yoda was like, he's too old. Yoda just had beef with Anakin from day one. He was like, he's too old, and also like he can be evil. First of all, Luke was.
That's how Yoda sounds.
Yeah, that's how he sounds. You know, and then here comes Luke, same bloodline as his father, same force, spirit, you know, for visions and what. But then all of a sudden we can train this guy, a 19-year-old man, you know.
He's already lived his life.
You know, it's just like how, and the whole. Look, I love the movie. Like, clearly it's number 3 on our list, but like there are just still some things that really upset me about it.
I think,
you know?
yeah, they should have started training him earlier because they knew Did they not know that this is the guy who might be able to stop this guy?
Yeah, I feel like, they shouldn't, if they wanted to explain why Luke wasn't trained when he was growing up, they shouldn't have let Obi-Wan be staying on Tatooine. Is that where they live? Something like that. Something like that. They shouldn't have let him be living like... Yeah, he shouldn't have been like, like, what do they call him? A hermit? A lonely hermit or something. Just like a drunk, just chilling around the rocks. Like, he should have just gone away, fought with the rebels, been useful, not just watching him. Clearly there was nothing happening on Tatooine, we have so many questions. Maybe it's because we don't read the books, we don't read the comics, we don't watch the animated shows. The only thing outside this we watch is The Mandalorian. Because we don't have time. We're watching you don't watch The Mandalorian. Who are you?
Let me tell you, I started watching Mandalorian and it was very good.
Yeah.
But Star Wars fatigue.
The thing that makes you tired of Star Wars is the fandom.
Maybe.
It's toxic.
Episode 8 was my last straw, and I remember I mentioned to Dennis, and I said I've never seen any Star Wars movie in theater again.
Yeah, episode 8 was bad. But we'll get there. So, A New Hope, we gave it the third spot on our list because it just was so fun and so exciting. I still remember how I felt watching it for the first time. I love sci-fi, so I was just like, wow, this is so fun. So easy to watch.
Yeah, I did have a problem though because I only watched it after I watched the prequels.
Really?
Yeah, because I didn't know. I knew of the story, but I only watched it.
That for you it was hard because some things didn't add up.
Not only that, just like the technology back then was it was hard to watch.
Yeah, going backwards is hard. But luckily for me, I had already seen the, episodes 4, 5, and 6. So I wasn't really like.
Use the Force. And I like that part where he destroyed the Death Star with his thing. The Force, he bent the.
Yeah, he bent it. He bent the thing.
I enjoyed that.
But then again, it was like the whole Aspo thing because he's not even that good. Like he's not trained. I guess he's just naturally gifted like his dad or whatever. But his dad received training eventually, so I don't know. There's just something about the whole chosen one trope that Star Wars heavily relies on. For its plot holes, and it's really irritating. Like, why is this person like this? It's because they're the chosen one. Okay, that's fine. We'll just ignore everything that you've ever told us is relevant. What did Russian fans give it? 92. They gave it 92. So, episode 5, the Empire? The Empire Strikes Back.
Yeah, Empire Strikes Back.
What did you give that?
Number 6.
I gave it number 4.
Okay.
Guys, I really enjoyed this. Don't judge me. I really enjoyed, guys, this is my childhood. In as much as I criticize them, I can't turn my back on them. In as much as they had those foolish things that don't make sense, I can't throw them in the well.
I'm trying to remember the plot for this movie now.
This is when the Empire came back. They started rebuilding the Death Star, and
this is when
Luke loses his arm. This is when he went to train with Yoda in the swamp. After Obi-Wan's self-righteous suicide that the Jedi seem to enjoy. The twin cest.
Where he kissed his sister. His sister kissed him.
They kissed twice, right?
I don't know.
There was that first one where she kissed him in front of Han.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think he kissed her again somewhere. It was just very gross, knowing what we know. Very much Game of Thrones unintentionally, because they didn't know. And this is why I feel like George Lucas was just writing things as he went along. Or maybe just likes incest.
So do you not think he thought there was brother and sister in the beginning?
Listen, no. I think in the beginning he didn't think that, because he only reveals to Luke that Leia is his sister in episode 6.
Yes.
you know? So it's like he knew that Darth Vader was his dad, and he allowed this twin sister thing to happen. Like, it was just so weird. Like, the lies, people are not telling him things that make sense, and you know, it was just all very sus to me, and that's why I don't trust George Lucas. Like, the way he wants to come out and say, I had this in contemplation for God knows how many years. Like, don't lie to me. Don't lie to me, sir. Like, no, don't lie to me, because it does make it make sense, make it add up, make it, yeah, it just, it's very suspicious for me. Well, I know why I liked this one quite a bit, because this was the episode that actually introduced us to a lot of the classic characters. Boba Fett, Jabba the Hutt, Lando. Yes. You know, I don't think Jabba featured like physically yet, but he was like, they were talking about him. Yeah, when
I think
Vader
he did
was
actually,
like,
but not for a long time.
Yeah, Vader, when they were like, take this guy Han Solo's body to.
Wasn't he there when they made him into that?
Yeah, no, he wasn't there at the time. Vader just told Lando to take him. You know, like, that's when we got all these cool characters, you know, Boba Fett. Like, it was so great, guys.
This is the episode that Han and whatever her name is started like making like proper.
Yeah, but that's when she was like, I love you,
movements.
And then he was like, I know.
How
dare he?
He was a dickhead.
But you know, Leia wanted. Let me tell you something. Leia was. Am I even pronouncing it? Leia, right? Yeah.
Why
I'm saying it because of the way it's spelled. Like, it's weird. It's an I, and then it's like. Yeah. So Princess Leia was like, she was like a strong, mature leader. You know, like her brother was very like a baby.
This is why I think I kind of believe when you say he didn't know, because I originally thought that she was a bit older than him.
Yeah. But they're twins, the same age, you know?
But yeah, in the first episode, she seemed more... She seemed older. I don't... Maybe it's just her character. She is mature.
He didn't know what he was doing. Lucas, don't let us. Respect us. When he went missing in the cold, another fate thing, because Han Solo found him in the wilderness, in the icy wilderness. And then Luke managed to send like a telepathic force message to his sister. I guess that's what they're trying to. I guess that's where they can argue that the whole twin thing, you know, twins in the force. Are like, don't lie to me. Like, yeah.
There are fans in the comments.
They're going to crucify us, but it's okay. You're allowed. It's a free country. As I am allowed to also give my opinion, you're allowed to also give your opinion. But we can be calm and respectful. You know, we don't have to be rude. You don't have to be rude, you know? Yeah, and I mean, obviously it had that iconic scene.
Which one?
The one where he discovers Darth Vader is his dad.
Oh.
And then he's so dramatic, he throws himself off the thing. Like, he didn't even know where he was going to land. It's just like, oh my god, Dad! And he just throws himself off the...
Killed my father.
It's so dramatic. But I blame Obi-Wan for not just telling the full facts. What could you just say?
So Darth Vader wanted to kill him, knowing full well that he
How
was
do you cut off your own kid's arm?
Yeah.
Like, what the hell is that? What sort of Old Testament bullshit is that? It's so weird. And then after you cut off his arm, you're trying to turn him to the dark side.
Like how
This is why people don't like us, the Star Wars fandom, because how do we defend some of these things in a rational way? How do we defend? You know? How can you? What did Rotten Tomatoes give it?
94.
You see?
I guess for their time they were very good.
Yeah, they're very, very good. Very good.
This is why I feel like this is why we've never been able to forget about Star Wars.
Yeah.
Because, you know, it was like a big thing in that time, and then people who grew up then now got like children and started introducing their children to this Star Wars, and then their children got into it, and it's
a very, I think Star Wars is for people who enjoy sci-fi but don't want the crazy scientific jargon.
Yeah,
it's very easy. The only
if
thing
you don't
is,
want Interstellar.
If you don't want Interstellar, you don't want Star Trek, you know, it's really easy, it's palatable. Yes, there's lots of like, planets, different species of, beings and creatures as well.
Yeah, it's like a whole
it's
world.
like a huge world, but it's not difficult.
Also something that makes it good is that it's just not like humans. There's whole different things out there that
interspecies.
Yes. Yeah, I guess.
Interspecies what?
What? I don't know.
Collaboration. The next one is episode what? 6. Episode 5. What are we?
Episode 6.
Yeah.
Return of the Jedi.
Episode 6, Return of the Jedi.
It comes just a slot after that, number 6. Episode 6 is number. It's number 7. Episode 6 is number 7.
Yeah, so you give it a 7. I gave it a 5 because it came right under. I mean, it was great.
It was good.
It was so fun. I did not like what are they called? The Ewoks.
The Ewoks.
I didn't like the Ewoks.
They were weird little creatures.
They were supposed to be cute bears, but they were ugly.
They were not cute.
Yeah, I didn't.
They are stuff from the Nightmare.
Yeah, Nightmare Fuel.
Yeah.
I didn't really enjoy them. Also, yeah.
Also, that's the episode that Boba Fett died. Boba Fett, even though he's given like a lot of hype, he basically did nothing. Have I lied?
No. He hunted them down.
Did you see how easily he was killed and eaten by that tuna thing?
Because he's a human being. He doesn't use the force.
And he was like, oh, I'm gonna.
People like Boba Fett because of the costume. Like, let's be real. And he had like a jetpack.
Yeah. He flew with his jetpack. I'm gonna do some shit.
And then he was eaten by that sandworm.
And then if you go back and you start thinking about the time, oh, I'm gonna avenge my friend. You're like, oh, this
they shouldn't have even. And I feel sorry for you that watched that because I feel like you had a certain expectation.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I think so.
So for me, by the time I was watching that, I was like, you died. You didn't even avenge anybody.
Life was nothing.
It was actually really sad.
And then everyone was like, oh, we should make a Boba Fett. So that's you tell what? That is a disappointment to his father.
Yeah, just going to join his dad wherever he is. It was actually sad. Also, we got the Immaculate Princess Leia slave outfit.
Oh, that's
I know, I'm trash. It's like, oh my gosh, she's naked. Why is she naked? What's the point of it?
It did a lot for me.
It was so cool. It was so hot. And also, she killed Jabba the Hutt with her bare hands. Like, okay, the chain. But, like, Leia is that bitch. I don't understand. Like, she killed that. I don't think Luke would have had the balls to kill him, like, in cold blood, like that.
Luke is a bitch.
He is. He's like, You see, why is Leia like allowed to kill others? And we're like, yeah, it was so appropriate and great. But then her dad is not allowed to kill people when it's appropriate and great.
He's a bad guy.
Yeah.
That's a good guy.
Leia was so cool.
And she was hot. I didn't know.
She was hot. Man.
Because I watched the first two and she was always wearing those.
Her nun outfit.
Yes, the long things, and then she's all of a sudden in this like sex. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, just like we see there. We see. We received. Yeah, I didn't like how they were like rushing to like give Luke all this information that he should have had in the first like episode 4.
Yeah, and then they just decided to like.
And they all just started perishing. Yeah. Like you're like, hey, I'm about to die.
But
so,
before, they were coming back to him.
Yeah, they were coming back to him. Oh, by the way, the girl that you're making out with is your sister.
Imagine, like all this time he's been thinking.
This is what I was saying. Not
and
fapping. Yeah. I'm telling you. If it was 2020 when they made this movie, they would have already slept together. You know what I'm saying? They would have had sex and it would have just been so. Imagine how they would have vomited. Twins, not even a brother and sister, not cousins.
Yeah, literally the same person.
Same person, like the same egg, just Okay, they're two separate eggs because it's a boy and a girl. Yes. But still, they were in the same womb. It's gross. But like
the same pool of semen.
Yes, the same fucking ejaculate. And like it was just so upsetting. And like the way she just goes and tells her hand is like, first of all, you can even tell when he kisses her when she tells him that, oh, Luke is my brother. actually. So it's all good. We can do what we're doing. The way he looks after she kisses him, it's like, wait, what? Like, you made out. Do you remember that you made out with your brother in front of me? Like, are we not talking about that? Like, are we not? You know? Yeah.
Also, back to the, what do you call those?
Ewoks.
I feel like, you know, the way they defeated those Empire robots and the machine, it was too, they had nothing. Those guys,
and arrows.
yes, those guys, they came like equipped with guns and shit, and they just like use trees to like damage shit. I'm just like, makes no sense. But it's fine.
I mean, the demographic, like we said, is 12.
But it's fine. The good guys win.
Yeah.
Just because the bad guys have big guns.
Yeah, and it doesn't make sense. Like, just let's be proportionate. Let's make it make sense, you know? And also the whole, like, this is now where Darth Vader is like heavily trying to influence Luke to come to the dark side. Like, first of all, and then also Luke is trying to influence his dad to go to the light. And it's just like, first of all, these people don't have a relationship enough to trust each other's opinions for them to.
Episode that Luke was wearing black because he was.
Oh, like he was going to. Yes. Yeah. I think so. Yeah. When he was even like going there, I think didn't Darth Vader introduce him to Palpatine or something? Yeah, and you know, it was just so like, like, please, this tag of war, we all knew that no one was going to cave, you know, and the whole part where, you know, they're fighting, then Palpatine comes and tells Luke, kill your dad, kill him and join me, you know, it's just like, what?
Also, like, when it comes to the Force, it's the mind, yeah?
Yeah.
So why did you put out your hand?
It's like, it just shows.
Also, the fact that Darth Vader had no hands.
He had
like mechanical
limbs.
So, anyway.
You know, it's just one of those things.
Why don't you just like do it?
Like Professor Xavier. I don't know. I think they really wanted to. I think for the actors, it was easier for them to imagine themselves. You know.
I get it. Like.
Yeah. Yeah. You know. Then he throws off Palpatine off that thing because he's like, not my son. And it's just like, hey, it was fun one day. I really liked it, the drama. He died. Yeah, he died. Palpatine died.
I was talking about Darth Vader.
Oh, yeah, then he died. Yeah. It was so sad. But was it? I don't even...
I didn't feel anything, honestly.
I felt like rest, Anakin, rest, because he was so angry for nothing, for problems that he. Okay, it wasn't for nothing, because I mean, the Jedi did create him, mind you. They just.
Then he stood with them.
In the remastered version.
Mm-hmm.
Can you imagine I watched the one without Anakin? Because because it was before.
You know what? You've just like literally blowing my mind, because you know when I watched it, I'm like, but this is Hayden, whatever his name is.
Yeah.
What the hell?
They redid
Did you know?
it. Yeah.
Oh, I was thinking maybe it's an actor who just looked like. So I was thinking, did they get this Hayden, whatever guy to look like him?
They added him. So when I rewatched it and I saw like they had added him, I was like, wow, that's like a really cool touch, and it really ties everything together.
And it fits.
It's fat.
It fitted.
It fitted. You know?
It's fought.
It was nice, you know, celebrating, you know, Leia being a simp for Han, which did not end well, as we see in the next 3 movies that we're about to talk about.
I legit thought we were almost done. I forgot that we had this movie.
Wow.
It's okay.
What did Rotten Tomatoes give it, eh?
Like 82.
I think that's fair. Episode 7. The Force Awakens. Where is it on your list though?
It's number 2.
Number 8. I can explain.
This is how. Explain.
For me, I don't know. I think it's kind of boring. I don't know. I think Finn kind of was just too derpy guy, and he thought that he could literally be Rey's savior when she can literally look after herself. It was kind of irritating. And I don't know, I just didn't like the melodrama. I know we subscribe to Star Wars for melodrama, and the whole like, I just thought everyone was crazy. Like, Kylo Ren is busy praying to Darth Vader's thing when his grandfather became saved at the last minute. He gave his life to Christ, but now he still wants to be evil, and he's crying and he's praying to.
Did he know that he was?
He knew, because he was raised by his parents. He went and stayed with his uncle. He knew that his grandfather became a good person, but he's still trying to be like, you know.
No, I get that.
I just didn't get why they took it that route. Like, maybe if he wasn't praying to Darth Vader, then I can understand, like, trying to get his approval, trying to be like him, like.
But he repented.
He repented, and it's just like, sweetie, this is not the chat. He literally gave his life for your
I feel like maybe he started doing that because this is his departure from the light was similar. Okay, where he thought he was betrayed by the people who he trusted. So maybe that's
the
why.
Skywalkers, man, they all need therapy. Like, there's just something wrong with them. Like, they take everything to the extreme. You know, things that you can talk about,
like
you can
discuss
understand.
Now when man is sleeping.
Yeah, and I feel like they should have learned from the mistakes of how they handled. You know, like Ghost Obi-Wan could have come and told them, like, let's approach this.
Who he sees all the time.
Yeah, like, let's approach this differently. Counsel him.
What's the point of having ghosts if they don't?
Yeah, if they're not even. Why did they self-righteously kill themselves if they can't even give you real advice on how to raise your child who has a predisposition to the dark side? And that's what I didn't like. I just felt like, come on, guys. Like, I don't mind Ben being evil like Kylo Ren. I don't mind it. But I just didn't like the whole symbolism that they chose. It didn't make sense to me because at the end of the day, Darth Vader died with his heart right. You know, he was like, I'm gonna be a good dad even in the last second of my life. You know what I'm saying? He fucking betrayed the Empire. You know?
I mean, it was his third part of his life.
Yeah.
I guess.
You know?
But let me tell you why I liked it.
Clearly, for it to be what, number 2?
Number 2, it was nothing but hype.
It was hype. Yeah. It was very hype.
I was very excited. I was very excited to see, because it looked cool.
Yeah.
I liked Kylo Ren. I liked his
his design was so sick.
It was.
His sword.
His sword was cool. BB-8 was like
so cute.
Better than R2. I'm sorry.
He's so cute. Like his sword.
Just the first part where Finn is just like noticing that, why am I here? This thing is bad.
Yes.
I enjoyed that as well. I didn't enjoy Rey very much.
It was just. It was another thing for Fate now.
Yes.
How did this one find this one in the what of the what, and they find the Millennium Falcon, and then they. I mean, it's fine. We understand the Force leads people where it wants to. I mean, that's their religious, that's their god, you know, so yeah. Basically,
why I like that, it was just cool. I remember when Kylo Ren came down that ship and they tried to shoot at him, and then he just stopped like the beam mid-air.
Yeah, and then also the whole Chosen One trope, man, that's when Rey escaped using the Force, right? Jedi mind trick.
Oh yes.
Yeah. I mean, I get it, she's the chosen one, and that's the answer, whether we like it or not, but it's the same problems that I had with the others.
Me, I had bigger problems with this, because at least the others were like, they like inherited like.
But at the time we didn't know, remember? In the last one, we find out why. Remember?
I mean, we'll talk about it.
So hold that thought. At the time, yes, say at the time how you feel.
At the time, when she did, I thought it was very.
Aspley.
Yes, because not even. I'm sorry to say, because we've had this argument with the Star Wars fans saying, "Oh, but Luke was also some sort of He was, but.
And I hated it just as much.
But I feel like Rey, like that power, she mastered it way too quickly.
her talent was extreme, and that's why I think they needed to address it in like.
Yeah, but at the time, I was thinking,
it was very much like,
this is too quick.
Like they always hype, like, because even Anakin used the Force as a child.
Yeah.
It was still like an asshole. It was not on the same level as Luke's. Luke was now a step above, and we were now like, come on, you know. And then also Rey also a step above, and we were also like, what is this, you know? So yeah, I get it, and I think Star Wars just loves Mary Sue's, and they just keep on one-upping them every step of the way. Yeah, the chosen one trope is heavy in Star Wars, and if you don't like that trope, then don't watch Star Wars. Truly, you will be so frustrated. It's lies. Like my mother says, she asks me all the time, why do you like watching lies? Because it's lies. I like lies because life is hard. Some people should just know how to do things because they're the chosen one. Rotten Tomatoes. 92. I guess I just have bad taste. Episode 8, The Last Jedi. What did you give it?
Number 8.
I gave it a 6.
Okay, that is, you gave the last one what?
An 8. I gave it the 8th slot.
So this one?
I give it the 6th slot.
Okay.
Okay, for me, the pogs were so cute. They're pogs, right? Those to my babies. Those to my animals.
The ones
on Luke's Island. Yeah, I really, really liked it because that's the episode that pissed off everyone. They were like, why is it turning into a romance between so and so? And I'm like, that's what I like. That's why I watch Star Wars, for the problematic relationships. And shirtless Kylo Ren made people so angry, and I'm just like, guys, this is Star Wars. This is your king. This is how it's always been, you know.
Has it
no
always
one complained
been like
when
that?
Leia was in her sexy costume. Why can't Kylo Ren be shirtless?
I mean, I didn't complain about.
People were upset.
Why?
They were like, why is he shirtless? What's the point of this? You don't
He
want to see man titties?
He didn't have the conventional six-pack.
And also, because he was in Rey's bedroom in the night, Astro projecting himself in her bedroom, and they're like, what the hell is this? And I'm like, sweetie, it's a buddy romance. And she's like, I don't want to be evil. And he's like, baby, you gotta just come and join me. Yeah, he flipped his hand and just said, baby, come and join me. I mean, I'm already in your dreams. And then, you know, me, I was eating that shit up. Me, I enjoyed because sometimes I'm basic, and I just want basic plots. And I think that's what Star Wars does best. When it does its basic plots.
Me, there was no plot. I saw nothing in that movie. That movie had nothing.
Grimm.
It was basic. I'm telling you, what did it have? What real thing did it have?
It had
just them communicating. Oh, is that the one where Snoke
she was
died?
being trained. Yeah, and also that cool fight scene where Kylo Ren betrayed the Empire, where they were fighting those red soldiers.
Maybe that's the only
that
significant.
Was so cool.
Yes, that's the only significant scene in when it comes to story, and also just like.
Also, it was so annoying when he was like, you know, at this point, we're like, who is Rey? Who is Rey? Because like, there's no way she can use the Force so well unprovoked and not be somebody. And then he's like, you're a nobody. I did the research. And then she's like, I can't be nobody. And then even how she goes in this place when she's like mirrors and what, I don't even remember what happened and how she found herself in there.
Because it was nothing. The writers just said, you know what?
They backtracked.
Yes, these
really
niggas are expecting this because I'm pretty sure
they were so mad at us. They punished us.
The fan theories were correct.
Yeah,
and
they were
just
correct.
like, you know what?
Let's just nip this shit in the bud.
Yes, let's cancel
You're nobody. And then she's like, how can I be nobody when I'm so fabulous? And I'm just like, sweetie, I also don't know. And it's just like. But I did enjoy it. I enjoyed it because I think at this point I had accepted that Star Wars was not at its best. You know?
Me, I just wanted them to respect me. I feel like they didn't respect me.
No, they did respect me.
This is when I started like actually. I feel like
when you got mad.
Yes, this is when I started like actually hating the Star Wars franchise. Like every time I see it, I just like this shit again.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No, I can understand. It was not great. It was not.
And
in as
then
much
there's
as
you people who loved it. I'm just like, guys, there's
listen,
nothing
I
to
loved it
love
for
here.
every reason why it's a bad Star Wars movie. That's why I enjoyed it. Like I enjoyed it because it was bad.
And then other people,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if they're just trying to be like, they're like, it was great when they did this and this.
Who said it was great? Let's
and a lot of stuff. I'm not going to say names. A lot of stuff.
no, because it was bad. I know I gave it a 6, but it was a bad movie.
You shouldn't do that. Whatever they did, you can't do it. You shouldn't.
In a huge franchise.
You should. I know they are
Yeah.
trying to like go away from all the fan theories and whatnot, but
You can't punish people for being correct.
write it better, even though you're going to change it.
Yeah. You can't.
I didn't give them respect for that. It was bad.
No, it was childish.
Mm.
Just to say, she's a nobody. She just can use the force because it's the chosen one, and that's accepted. And I was like, rude.
I did like the time they went to the Salt Planet.
Oh yeah, that was
that
very,
part was very
yeah, when they were
good.
like, but you know what I really didn't like?
Mm.
I didn't like that village, that girl, that Asian girl. I can't remember her name.
It was forced.
It was so forced, and I didn't like it. Like they could have just made her like a really good team member. I don't know why they had to make her a simp for Finn.
Again, I think they were trying to cancel because there was
Because
that
they
whole
were all-
Poe and
yeah.
thing, and they're just like, no.
They should have just hooked Finn and Poe up instead of bringing this poor girl to be rejected. You know? Because then the way she tried to kill herself on behalf of Finn, like
Like it didn't. There was nothing to hold her to Finn. She just met him once.
yeah, she just met him that day. They did some
Yeah.
stuff and they were on
and
their
then
way.
all of a sudden, oh, I'm in love. Fuck
Yeah,
that
like
shit.
just because they didn't want her to date they didn't want Finn to date Ray because they've given her to the other wife.
Yes.
So it's just like, guys, he could have been single. It's fine, you know.
Yes, it's fine.
Yeah, and she could have just been a member of the team. That's
It's
it.
okay.
It's okay.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be that deep. And I don't know. Sometimes I feel like they panic.
The internet just went off on her like it was her fault.
And it wasn't even her fault. The poor girl. Like,
I think she
Ish.
even deleted her social media.
no.
I think so.
That's so sad. Like, please, if you're going to bring in characters, diversity, can we have good plots for them, eh?
Yeah, not.
You're not going to bring in like people of color just to embarrass us. Why? Why did they do that? It was so cringy.
I'm getting mad all over.
I actually forgot about that. It was bad, like.
Also, there was that scene. I don't know. Someone explained this to me, where the bomb dropped
And
in
nothing happened.
space.
Oh,
you
when her
remember?
sister,
Yes.
when that
Yeah,
girl's
when the sister died.
yeah, and her sister.
Someone said something about anyway, if anyone knows about it, maybe they should say it in the comments. But someone explained it to me. I got it, but I wasn't really convinced.
Yeah.
Where it dropped, but we're in space. How is it dropping?
Yeah, like out
Yes.
of the
Yes, you know what I mean. So yeah, someone should.
The physicists, please enlighten us. Yeah, for me, I liked it for all the wrong reasons. I liked it just because of the soup
Yeah.
and that fight scene in thingy. Is it Snoke or Smoke?
Smoke.
In Snoke's lair, I really
Also,
did for
what
that.
the fuck? Smoke.
Why was it so big?
No,
Fam, if they can,
it was a
if they can,
hologram. In the first, in the second one, he was just normal.
but he was
He was just
still
seated.
big in that chair.
No, he was just seated. Like, at least give us some sort of backstory why he's the leader of the second. What do they call him again?
The Empire.
Not the Empire. Fuck.
The second wave. I don't know.
It
guys.
literally is the second wave, but now my mind hurts. I'm trying. I'm going to Google it.
Just
real quick.
Google it.
Fuck. I hate this.
They don't come to us for accuracy.
The first order. This
That's why I tell you, they
at
write
least
the story as it
if
goes.
they expanded this story, even in episode 7, how the first order actually, I know they might have mentioned it, saying after the Sith were Shanshani, some part of them who were like, I don't know what they said, came together and formed the first order. I'm saying second because it's the second to the
Italian.
Sith, yes.
Yeah.
But yeah, how they formed the First Order, if they just explain properly and how Snoke became the leader and who he is and why he looks the way he looks.
Yeah.
Because he looks like a weirdo who was like cut somehow. How was he cut? Who cut him?
Those who read the books, let us know. The manga readers, if you're well.
Yeah.
Even their look also did his self-righteous suicide nonsense.
I don't know, these Jedi, whoever lied to them.
They don't even help when they die.
Nothing.
They just come and spread their gossip afterwards. Things they should have told you when they were alive. Why did Rotten Tomatoes give it?
90.
So I am within.
Why did he come back in that form? Maybe help me. When he did his astral projection, why did he astral project? Why did he just actually physically go there?
I don't know. Was he sitting with his sister?
No, he was seated on a mountain. Look.
Oh yeah.
He was seated on a mountain astral projecting. And he died either way. So if you're going to die like that, why don't you just go and
then his clothes even.
Yeah.
Sometimes they just do things because they think it's cool. Maybe explain. Maybe we are missing the picture.
Yeah, we are idiots when it comes to
We
Star
are. Yeah, we're all the insults we're saying them to ourselves. But when you start insulting us, we feel nothing. We're already dead inside. So the last movie, which is The Rise of Skywalker, episode 9.
Shame.
Where did you give it on the list?
Number 11, the last one.
Ooh, for me, it was number 10. It was number 10 because there's just something wrong. It's like they just were running around like headless chickens.
Me, I slept, fam. I slept. I got bored and I slept.
And I think I'm punishing them because there's no way you can punish the fans for getting the answer correct and then coming back and saying Mwandi. Like, yeah, at least it makes sense why Rey was so like talented. It's because she's got Palpatine blood in her. You know what I'm saying? She's a granddaughter.
I did not know this.
Yeah, she's his grandchild. Correct me if I'm wrong, but she's the grandchild.
So why did they say she was nothing?
Because they just wanted to punish us. Why do you like reading too much into things? Sorry, but Star Wars is predictable. It's always been predictable. So yeah.
So when Palpatine came back, maybe I should rewatch this.
You should rewatch. Like,
maybe I'll rank it higher. I only rank it like this because I only saw literally I think the first 20, 25
where
minutes.
she was running around with her boyfriend.
Yeah, and then I saw the end just after Palpatine died again. Well, just the end where she's about where they kissed.
Where he died. Because he died, but his mother gave him his force and he woke up again. And then
so he died twice in that movie.
Yeah. So the mother was in a coma. And then so she was keeping Ben alive. Then he got killed again. And then that's how she was like, me, I'm done. She disappeared. And then even him, he died.
He disappeared when other people disappeared.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, he did. He's a Jedi master. He went to heaven.
Now he can rest.
Yeah, with his grandmother that he was crying for. Hey, grandpa, please love me the way. Love what? He choked out your grandmother like for nothing, just for having his surrogate father in the car. Like,
you know, an important thing that we didn't say, which I feel like is an important thing.
Yeah.
When Han died, we didn't talk about that.
Oh yeah, for me, it was just like, this is so unnecessary. It's so unnecessary.
I feel like Harrison Ford just...
He wanted to die because he didn't want to keep doing this.
Yes, he's like, I'm done.
He could have, he just didn't want to continue doing movies. And I feel like when he killed his dad, I was just like, wait, what is this behavior? Like, what?
He was a brat.
This is the problem. All of them.
I don't even know why people like, he was
he was very talented, very cool.
But he was
a brat. He was just throwing tantrums.
Yes,
he needed to be.
Things.
He needed a brat tamer, and that's where Rey came in. She was a brat tamer. She told him, like, dear, just because you're the boss's son doesn't mean that I love you. You know, that's exactly what happened. Like, you know, and yeah. it really makes me sad that it ended on such a bad note. Like the fight scene, the fight choreography, there was a thing that irritated me. If I have energy, I'll insert it here. It was just so unnecessary. Like the hop, I think I sent it to you in our group chat where me and Chet, where he was hopping. Like it was just an unnecessary footwork in the fight scene. It was just so stupid. Like you guys, it was bad. And then in the end, she's walking in the desert, and then they said, when she introduces herself, my name is Rey, and the people who she meets, she's like, Rey who? Rey Skywalker.
Was she really?
No, she adopted the name, cause she's the last Skywalker, Kylie. Like she adopted that family. Luke raised her as an adult, trained her. Yes. Also me. And
this was originally what was supposed to happen. She was supposed to be a descendant of Luke.
But they didn't want to. They didn't want to make it be incest again, because we already did incest.
Incest how?
Because
with
Ben Kylie would have been her first cousin. I feel like it was fine that she was Palpatine's granddaughter. I just didn't like how they tried to lie to us that she's nobody. Like,
you know what they should have done? They shouldn't have given them like a romantic relationship.
They should have.
No.
Because that's the only reason I enjoyed it.
But they should have given them that. Guys,
otherwise it would have been nothing. Look, another thing I hated about episode 8, Finn's role just became so useless. And I think this is why John Boyega was pissed, because his role just became so irrelevant.
Yeah,
he was just following around like a lost
He was
puppy.
supposed to be like, even when episode 7 was coming out, they were supposed to
when
be like
he defeated his boss, the commander of those guys.
They were supposed to be the two of them doing badass shit, and then he was.
All of a sudden, they just sidelined him.
Yeah.
That's why he says they're racist.
He said they were racist.
He says now that his contract is up, he can express, and even Daisy and Adam agreed that he was sidelined because he was a person of color.
Why did you bring him there if you didn't want him?
Yeah, I think they just felt like, I think maybe the racists were getting upset and they were like, we need them to watch these movies because we want to make bank, so let's like give him another love interest, the first one, and it didn't hold. We didn't enjoy it. We saw what they were doing a mile away. It was either Paul or no one. But they didn't want to make it.
Even if he like had a love interest with Rey, I wouldn't be mad.
No, I wouldn't have been mad because it would have made sense.
Yes.
It would have made sense, but they were like, actually, let's go in this direction.
You know what?
They were just trying too hard to go against what the fans wanted.
These last episodes were bad.
Yeah, they were bad. Yeah. I don't understand why episode 8 got such a high rating, because it was bad.
Riding off the hype from the previous one.
I think it was just people holding on to what their memories were. But it was not very good. It didn't feel like a Star Wars movie. And only towards the end when it was so high. You know? And one thing that really irritates me about Star Wars is how the Jedi and the Rebels are always resisting. Because when in Rogue One, the chick was like, let's do the plans. They're like, it's too difficult. Let's not do it. And then they had to sneak off. Someone always has to sneak off and do something. Like we said, the checklist is they're sneaking off to do the thing that was there. That the bosses have said no to.
Also hiding things in the fucking droids.
Hiding things in droids. Hiding secrets, period. Like keeping irrelevant information from people. What else? Chopping off people's limbs in the same bloodline. I think how dare that drop? I don't know. Maybe we outgrew Star Wars. Maybe I don't know. No, it was
maybe people who like it can justify in the comments. I swear, if there's no comments that make sense, they are all liars.
I know it's a soft. It's a what? Sensitive. It's a sensitive franchise. I mean, everyone has their feelings about it. I love Star Wars. He feels indifferent about it now over the years, but I love it. And the thing about me is, even if I love something, I'm not going to pretend that it's making sense when it's not making sense. Like I've told you, episode 8 was bad, but it's it's number 6 on my list. Like, it be what it be, and from day one I always knew what it was. I knew that it was a snake when I picked it up. I'm not going to pretend that it's some sort of amazing cinematic, classy, whatever, Oscar bait, movie franchise. Yeah, no, definitely not, absolutely not. But yeah, I enjoyed it for what it was. What did episode 9 get?
That's insane.
What did you get? What did you get?
51.
You see.
Audience score 86.
Do you see?
Me, explain to me.
People are simps for Star Wars. They stay treating us like garbage, and we are there just lapping it up. Like, yeah, it was not great. But anyway, we enjoyed ourselves, I guess. But the problem with Star Wars is that they just refuse to respect us.
That's not the problem. Even though there's a spoiler warning, we're more interesting than all the Star Wars movies. I'm just saying.
Yeah. And as one day, let's don't dislike this video. I promise I love Star Wars. Yeah, so this is Grimm's list. This is his rankings. I'm gonna put it between us.
Okay.
And then this is my ranking.
Is it also going between us?
Yes, okay, yeah, I'll remove yours and then I'll put mine after.
You put yours after mine.
Yes.
Okay.
So you can screenshot and judge us in peace. Yeah, so thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, give it a like. If you hate this video, still like it, because guys, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to upset you.
No one is upset.
They're upset. I'm sorry, Nala.
Oh yeah, Nala.
Nala loves Star Wars. Yeah, and yeah,
this is how Nala will never
speak to us again.
Yeah, it's okay. Shame.
You will speak to us. You forget.
You forget.
Yeah, so like, subscribe, the bell is there.
Where's the bell?
It's inside.
Are you pointing at it right now?
Yes, it's there.
Oh, I hope it's there.
I promise, I know it is.
It's not there.
No, it's not that side. It feels like it's there, but it's not there. Yeah, the bell notification is inside. Unless they change the entire interface. Thank you so much for watching. See you in the next one. Bye.
I'll come back again.
You will.